Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Bias Football Takes. Welcome back like we never left. It's another week of great football discussion. Well, this is number one football podcast in the world. Go and check the stats. We are close to getting Kendrick Lamar's numbers of viewership from Super Bowl. We're almost there. But with your help, we'll break that record. I'm here. Well, I'm not riding alone. I've started to bring back the only club that I can say can talk to me in football, in the world of football. A fan of the club, a fan of Real Madrid. And the ones that when they are talking, I'll be quiet. I won't say much. I'm jealous, but there's nothing you can do. They say the Bible says, rejoice with those that rejoice. So let us rejoice with them. Maybe our own too will be better. I have to learn on the show. We decided to bring him back because you know they are high flying right now, quote and unquote, even though they are shaky in the league. I don't know what their problem is, honestly. I don't know. It's like they don't really care about the league. When it comes to Champions League, they are just crazy. Well, welcome Tolu, welcome back. Was it around this time you came around last year or
Was later on.
later on? Okay.
It was. I think it was. Probably. I think it was after we played City, which was the quarters or semi. Who
Uh,
did we play in this? I think it was the quarters because in the semis, I think we played Bayern. Yeah,
mm.
we played
So
Bayern.
it's always when you play City that we bring you in.
Yeah.
Okay, you are seeing a pattern here.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Don't
um,
worry. Any of your English giants, bring them my way. I can help you. People
uh,
just.
um, but you guys did not beat Arsenal. That's what's
It,
shameful in this whole
it,
situation.
it's funny because I want my league back from Arsenal so bad. Like I want them every draw. I'm like, please, because I can still replay that Henry goal at Bernabeu. And
And it's funny because they always ask for say, "Oh, bring me Real Madrid." I'm like, "Hey,
I want Arsenal so bad. I mean, I don't. I mean, maybe not now because they're having like a lot of injury problems. Me personally, because of all the years I've been supporting Madrid, like I've been supporting them since 2001 when Zidane came. So like I'm used to my team playing big teams. I like for example, yesterday. I mean, yes, City were not on good form. Neither are we, to be honest. But I was excited and nervous at the same time. Like I'm used to that. I'm almost addicted to that feeling. Almost like big European night, big European game against all odds. No fit first team center defenders. One of my best center mids at right back. Like, but still, just with that optimism that we're around Madrid, we can find a way, kind of thing. I'm just addicted.
Wait, before you get into that, did you watch the Super Bowl? Are you a fan of NFL?
I'm
Did you
not
support
really.
any team?
I'm not really a fan of the NFL. I like some of the discourse around it, like some of the personalities in it, but a fan of the sport, I'm not. And I had a long day that Sunday, so when I finally relaxed, I was supposed to hang out with people to watch it, but I just decided to stay home and watch it. When I finally relaxed on my couch to watch it, I watched like up to the second quarter. I just blinked, I woke up, and I'm like, "What happened?" I slept off. And
Well,
double halftime show so bad. I mean,
oh, so you missed it?
I missed it.
Uh, uh, so let me give you a quick recap. You know, Chelsea of Mourinho, after Mourinho, I think up to before ah, maybe before Tuchel, maybe
Okay.
before them. Their defense, you know how like when you want to penetrate their defense, you have like people lying on the floor. If you play shot from outside, you have 10 people lying on the floor.
Oh, you mean
That's how
like
it felt.
first like mid 2000s Mourinho Chelsea?
Yes, and after up to like maybe 2012, like
Okay.
all the way, like the way their defense was really, 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 really strong.
Terry
That's
Cavallo,
how all
Cahill,
those,
them.
yeah. That's how
Yeah.
they beat. That's how the Eagles beat Kansas City Chiefs. So like, Patrick Mahomes didn't have any look at all, like anything we wanted to do, they were just blocking everything. So that's how crazy the defense was. And
Yeah,
defense wins you
wins the
the
championship.
wins the championship. Well, except if you are Real Madrid, but
I like that. But I did see. I
no,
remember in the second quarter he threw a pick six. That led to
yeah.
down. Yeah, I remember again. I was watching the game. I know a bit of the game. I was watching it. I was intending to watch the whole thing. I was just. I don't think I understood how tired I was. I literally just blinked. You know, one of those
So,
naps that just come
just
from.
to take a quick nap, yeah.
I didn't want to take a quick nap. I literally just blinked and I woke up and I'm like, "What happened? Who drugged me?"
But yeah, it was a good experience too. I mean, this year I decided not to watch anyone. I just decided to just sit down and just take everything in. Watch, like I said, I'm watching a proper football game,
Yeah,
and it was a good experience for me though. It was. I think towards the fourth quarter, I went to my friend's house to just finish it, and like
yeah,
what, at this point, there's nothing else to watch. But the
yeah,
spanking was terrible. You know how I was telling my friend, we were like, oh, that Chiefs decided to, do a little, maybe a little comeback. I was like, well, the Philly Eagles decided to relax a little bit for them and they started playing their second string players.
Mhm.
Because if it was Pep that was their manager, Pep would have told them, beat them 60-0. Could not think Pep would like to beat Percy, he will beat you like thief. He doesn't care. They beat them 60-0.
more,
I
more
don't care.
goals, more goals, more.
More goals, I keep scoring. Like, yeah. It was good though. It was then the halftime performance was immaculate. It was, and people were like, "Oh, it was boring. It was this." I'm like, it was more of symbolism. I
Yeah,
don't think there's.
I,
I don't think you expect Kendrick Lamar to come there and perform. Is it's like it's like you need to know Kendrick Lamar to even begin with. He never performs his hits. He never does it. Even when he
honestly,
performed at Grammys, what is it?
no, I was going to say so. Finish. I didn't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, unless it's Grammys or no, I said unless it's like I don't know. But in Grammys, when he performed with Beyonce, it was
Yeah,
always what it feels like. So they were like, "Oh, he didn't. It was boring. They didn't understand he was singing." I'm like, "You don't know him. That's why you don't."
I think so. I watched the performance. Me, I liked it. I didn't know what the problem was, but I think that so I saw somebody explaining. Like obviously, I was saying the same complaints about like why didn't he perform the hits and all that stuff. And I saw somebody break it down like there's a reason. There's a reason he didn't perform those hits, and the reason is money, because most of those hits were, he has his own record label now, and most of
Yeah.
those were on the top dog record label. So if he had performed those songs, he would have to split some of that money with Top Dog. So most of the songs that he performed were the songs that like his new songs that are on his album. So he would get number one. Usually there's a spike in the streams when after the Super Bowl if you perform the Super Bowl. So he would get revenue from there, and also like he won't have to split as much revenue with Top Dog instead of performing those old songs. And
Yeah, but
also,
but they don't pay them to perform in NFL
no,
though.
no, no. I'm saying when I say like get the money, I mean like
Revenue.
from the when I say revenue from the streams, because all the artists like that's the reason why they want to perform in Super Bowl, because the your like catalog will get a boost for however long from people like because
Yeah, yeah.
so he wants to promote. He pretty
Mm.
much used the Super Bowl to promote his album again. The album
Yes, his new album.
yeah,
Yes.
under
Yeah.
his own record label again, and I think that was a smart,
Yeah.
because if he keeps promoting the
Yeah.
old album, the top dog will still be getting more revenue from it instead of him. So that I saw that breakdown, and also when the LA Super Bowl, when like Snoop and Dre and all of them, he performed those hits then. So wow,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
how would he repeat it? So I got
Uh,
it.
uh, don't mind them. It's just then when Serena came to Crip Walk, people were like she came to Crip Walk on Drake's. I'm like, no, you people don't know. So with everything, everything is symbolism. There is a reason. when she won in, was it France? When she crip and
Yeah,
people were like, "Oh, that's so ghetto." Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
She's like, I can do it now. My dude is there, and I think she's from Campton too.
yeah.
So it's everything is just it's symbolism. It just so happens that Jake happens to be, part of the I would say bystanders. When they are shooting in the crowd and he hits you, is what it is. And
I
I was trying to remember. Sorry, I don't know if you saw it. Did she creep walk on the X?
I don't know. Me, I didn't. I
I was
don't
trying
know.
to I was, I was trying to look for which area she worked,
Well,
but
but
it
I
was
mean,
good.
to be fair, like I mean, I I don't know too much of like the backstory behind Drake and Serena. I just know like there was one time he was interested in her, and then
Hmm.
for all the dogs, he's dissing her husband, which I thought was
Yes,
so.
it doesn't make any sense. Why are you dissing the husband?
Yeah, I thought it was weird. I didn't know, but I didn't know the backstory or anything like that. So I mean, me, I don't, I don't try and what am I looking for? I don't blame people for their reaction to something. It's just like if I pinch you and you punch me, and I'm upset that you punched me when I pinched you first. It's
Exactly. Like, mo
your
lágbára jù ẹ́ lọ now. I have more strength than you do.
exactly. So I mean, I'm not. I mean, I listen to both of them, both Drake and Kendrick. Um, I listen to. They provide music for me for different
Yeah, yeah, for
moods,
entertainment. Yeah,
but I'm not
you're right.
going to ignore like. I'm not going to say Kendrick is making everything about you. First of all, I didn't think it was all about him. It was just that song, and it was not going to perform the number one song of last year. Like, why would you
Yeah,
and not perform that? That would have been a bigger problem. So I thought it was in a lose-lose situation, and I think that the decision he made to prioritize his own album under his own record label makes complete sense to me.
yeah. And why want to perform the record of the year that
Yes.
he just won? It's unfortunate. Anyway, it's good. It's our own business. We will just be there. I mean, just be laughing. And I feel like it's a crazy world where you're a Drake fan and you're an Arsenal fan. Like, it's terrible.
What are you
It's
talking
just
about?
terrible. I'm just talking in general. Like, I was
I feel like
just
yeah.
thinking about it.
Who is it? Call them out.
No, no, no. See, the funny thing is, I don't have a name in mind. But with the way people defend Drake, or like when it comes to like Kendrick Lamar's situation, it's the
Yeah.
same way Arsenal defend their club. They feel they're bigger than what they are. Like, it just feels. I'm like, there's so much parallel. Like, there's so much similarities. I was like,
I mean,
life
I'll
must be
take
tough.
it. I think Drake's.
What is it?
I said I think Drake is kind of bigger than Arsenal. To be fair, but I understand the analogy that you're using, Sha.
If you say Drake is bigger than Arsenal, don't let Arsenal fans hear you. Me, I'm
No,
not
no,
there. I'm not there.
no,
I'm not there.
no, nah. Like in relative terms, Drake to hip hop and Arsenal to football, it's not even. I mean, come on, what are we saying
I
here?
know deal. I know deal. Okay. Anyway, so my song of the week, I don't know if you listen to it. Rema's new song.
Ah, it's on repeat now. Like,
Yeah.
it's on.
Baby, is it a crime? It's crazy how the whole drama around that song, how the clearance came about.
Oh,
It's
there's
like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Apparently, I heard that she didn't want to clear the sample.
oh wow, I
Mm.
didn't know that too.
Shadi Adu, for those that don't know, Shadi Adu.
I did
She didn't
not.
want to clear, yeah. So he did snippets. Sometimes the way these artists do, they would sample the song first, release it out, and see the way
The,
people accept it. Yeah, then they now force the hand of the
the
owner of the original song that this song is gonna blow. She he don't want to make money.
yeah.
So I feel like that's what happened.
I didn't know there was. I thought. I mean, immediately he because he posted it on Instagram, like you said, like before, and everybody was like, "Yo, this sounds crazy." So I thought it was already in the works. I was going to come. I didn't know it was. I didn't know there was still drama afterwards. But in any case, I'm glad that it did come out because that song they hit. I mean,
Good.
I've listened to Adekunle Gold's new song as well. I forget the name. That just dropped today. Do you know what the song is? Obimo. That's
Ah,
so I
okay.
uh,
Anyway, let's talk football.
let's talk football.
Where should I start from? Oh yes, Thames,
Where's you
Thames.
stop playing with?
Yeah, what's that?
I says, where do you start from? Stop playing with me. You start.
Hold on now, hold on. No, it's small, small. You don't rush it. You know how when you're eating rice and stew with meat, you eat the meat last. Abi, do you eat the meat
Funny,
first?
I have a fun fact of that. It's funny you said that because obviously you eat the meat last, but from what somebody educated me that you always want to. There's a way that you should eat. There's a proper way to eat, and carbs should always be last. It should be your vegetables first, then your fiber, then protein, then carbs. Anyway, I don't want to geek out, but
No, no,
it's
no, 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 no. That's it's correct. It's correct because your vegetables are like very light, so your body assimilates them quickly,
yeah.
and it takes time. If it takes time before you assimilate in my yada yeah, I agree. But you know now, if you
I
want
know.
to enjoy your food,
Let's go
science
for.
no deal.
I just go for back. My bad. My bad.
If you want to enjoy your food, there's no science. There's no science. You want to enjoy food. But
Guys,
yeah, Tems, she bought a stake in San Diego FC.
yeah,
That's a good I would
invest
say investment.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's a
Issa Rae
very
to Africa.
it,
That's big.
what's that? You're breaking up.
And Issa Rae, I read.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay,
I
okay.
believe she's Senegalese, or I think she's Senegal. I think it is Senegal, or it may be Cote d'Ivoire. I'm not sure, but I mean, two African sisters making boss moves. We're here for it.
So she bought the same club too.
Yes, they're both
Oh,
in.
nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling. If you can gather wealth, man, especially when World Cup is coming, football might blow up more than it is. Because I
Hmm.
know if you Nigerians own clubs in Portugal, so
Oh, really?
yeah, 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 yeah. I think it's League Two or their first. I can't remember exactly. I think it's League Two for them. So he owns a club in Nigeria and he owns a club in Portugal. So what they do is they kind of like do like a pipeline
Yeah.
for talent from Africa to Europe through that, and they
Ah,
have agencies. Yeah,
that's dope.
yeah.
Off next in the future. Amen.
Amen. No, see. It doesn't have to be a big club. You
Yes.
can go and do. You can do a Rexham, do a
Yep.
Rexham, and start from
Yep.
scratch.
Yep. Mouth to God's ears.
Yeah, yeah. So it's good, and couples with like it's a good win. She won Grammy, and
Mm-hmm.
now she's doing big things in football. That's well to me. That's
Yes.
good. So that's kudos to her.
Kudos.
Um, so Everton drew with Liverpool,
Yep.
and I think football is funny. Football is really funny because they scored first. I kind of missed the beginning of the game because I thought it was 2:45, but it was 2:30. So I missed 15 minutes. By the time I tuned in, it was 1-1. I'm like, 1-1. I went to go and check who scored first. Everton scored first. I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
So, like when you have game in hand, that's the worst game
Uh,
to have.
the derby like that, game in
The
hand.
debut two is worse.
Yeah.
Is worse. Is worse. And it's funny thing is it happened to Inter last week. Inter had Fiorentina game in hand and they lost that game woefully.
You-
They lost it 3-0.
I remember I didn't watch the game, but I remember seeing it. I'm like, like Inter is losing 3-0. That is a very unlike Inter scoreline
Yeah.
in the last couple of seasons ever. But I didn't watch the game though.
Yeah, I didn't watch it too. I don't know. I was like, okay. So Derby and game in hand, that's the worst thing. And I think Ferguson that time too hated a game in hand for any club, even if it's club that is on relegation zone. Because in your mind, you're like, you cannot count the 3 points. But you need
Yeah,
that 3 points because you don't know where your position will be after or during that period. So you need that 3 points.
it's tricky.
But
Is
yeah,
there those game in hand thing, because like especially if you're top of the table or you're a big club, you are like usually prone, like you are saying, you're usually prone to just like, okay, we're currently 6 points ahead in Liverpool's case, but I'm sure we'll beat Everton, so we're 9 points ahead. You be counting the chicken that you don't have.
Yep. And now they've lost 2 points. So
Yeah.
it's 7 points ahead of us now. And
But
they
that,
lost the game in FA Cup. They lost
oh
by
yeah,
penalty. Like,
but we have to talk about that the equalizing goal. I don't know if you saw it.
which one?
The Tarkowski.
Yeah. I saw it. I saw it. I saw
My
it. I don't
when he,
know. See,
you know what, those moments when the ball bounced towards him, and I was like, no way,
no way. Like, there's no way. That's enter.
like no way they are having this moment on the last uh, Liverpool derby at Goodison. There's no way this game
Oh,
is
it's the
going to
last one.
be the last one. That's what,
Oh my god, it makes it worse. Oh, I
yeah,
should have known.
blah, and all that stuff. Like
I should have known.
it's the last one. So no way it ends like
Ah.
no way it ends like this. And I'm like, wow.
You see, if I was a betting person, I would have known that there's no way Liverpool is beating Everton. There's no way. And you know
Yeah,
what's funny? Before that equalizer, there was an incident where it clashed. So it
yes.
kind of took the time more than
More
the allotted added time.
Yeah, I know. I know. Like my cousin is a Liverpool fan. He was complaining about how much it was. I don't remember how long the head injury took. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Like if they should be playing to the 98th minute or whenever it was or not. But I know like they're not happy with the ref pretty much. For
They're not serious. They're not serious. They should have gotten penalty. Liverpool, Everton should have gotten penalty on Liverpool. I don't know why. So here's the thing. I understand, and that's why. And this is part of things I tell Arsenal fans. The officiating is terrible, but you cannot be nitpicking like, oh, any small thing you would like be screaming. For example, there was a foul on Salah. I saw the foul. It's not really a big deal. It's like a 50-50 kind of thing.
was
The
it
refs give it.
was it the breakaway that he was breaking?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, sometimes refs give it, sometimes the ref don't give it. Because it was so the way he was playing, the positioning where he was, it's difficult for the ref to see what happened
Yeah.
exactly. And that kind of situation, ref cannot blow because one is far from the area, and two, the way he fell, he was like exaggerating the fall. But if ref had given the foul, then I won't have complained. But play on now, like move on. You know, so that's the only thing they will complain about. Every other thing, the ref actually helped Liverpool.
Mm. Well, me, you know, when fans of English football clubs complain about the refs, I just say, you will come and watch La Liga, watch Real Madrid. See the see the blunders that you. I don't know if you saw the derby over the weekend against Atletico, the penalty that
I
they give.
saw, I
Like
saw. It
the
was
week,
that was crazy.
the game before against Espanyol, like this guy Mbappe was on a counter and he studs Mbappe on his calves.
I saw
No
that one too.
A-
Yeah.
AR review, and that guy goes on to score the win. Emperor. Like if you see what they do, and I mean, I see it online. I laugh every time. There's this narrative like, oh, Real Madrid gets benefit. I'm like, anybody that tells me that Real Madrid gets benefits of like refereeing, and immediately I know like, okay, you don't watch Real Madrid. You only maybe watch them on Champions League occasionally, but you don't watch Spanish football. You don't watch that because Real Madrid. Because if you watch Real Madrid, if you see the people complain about Vinicius. If you see the fouls that he gets, like he
Yeah,
gets,
so I see that one. But let me put my hands up, right? I've said it many times on this show, and let me say it again. You and Barcelona, both of you are. I don't have to speak Yoruba. Olegba. Like Steve come back and want to see it again. Both of you
first
are doing your like like who can do it the most.
of
And I feel
all,
like Barcelona has a upper hand because
first of
sometimes because they give Barcelona, I'm like, how now, Abba, like how can this be a call?
I'm going to tell you this. It's not even close. The like obviously, I'm not going to be naive. I mean, even in your in Ferguson heydays, United would, I mean, especially at home, you just get some calls like there's some like same thing with Liverpool at home. Like it's just even in basketball it happens where like big clubs sometimes they'll get maybe and the favorable calls in my opinion are not like necessarily like game changing calls. Maybe like a soft foul, but they give it to them, but it's not something you can argue against here and there. The ones that we get against are like I'll give you another game. I gave you two examples now of the last two games before this game. Another game was the Valencia game away in Mestalla. First of all, every time we go there, something always happens. That's where Vinicius got racially abused. That's where he got sent off for like the guy game that he got racially abused. He got sent off, but the referee wasn't shown the video of him getting choked. So the person,
Oh, the one that with the keeper.
yes, no, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no. This that was this season. The keeper was this season, but I'm talking 2 seasons ago. Like he got sent off. Then the red card got rescinded because and the VAR got suspended for that because he didn't show the right angles to the ref. This season, like he got sent off, and I think it was soft because like the keep he was not even looking at the keeper. The keeper pushed him and he turns and he pushed him back. But because the keeper is taller than him, he pushes up and he hits like the back of his neck. Push, not hit to push, and he got sent off for that. Okay, fine. We're down a goal, we're down a man. Mbappe scores a legit goal. VAR says offside. Legit goal. VAR says offside. Thankfully, Jude does what Jude does and scores a last minute winner. After the game, we get a silly apology that they drew the wrong lines for that Mbappe goal and it should have counted.
Oh
What in
wow.
that game? Like when you people complain about refs in England, I'm like, you people don't watch Spanish football because the referee, in fact, this is ridiculous. I don't really agree with this, but our president Perez came out and said he wants English refs to come and ref Spanish games. Is that bad? Is that
Careful what you wish for.
is that
Careful
bad?
what you wish for. Did you watch? Did you watch Europa? Is it Europa League? Yeah, Europa League final between Sevilla
Oh,
and
that and
Roma. And
Sevilla.
Roma. Yeah,
And,
Mourinho's final
yeah,
with
I was
Roma.
that was pretty bad too, Sha. It was
Guess
pretty
it was an English ref now. That guy, terrible
that.
ref.
Isn't it Anthony Taylor? Oh,
Anthony Taylor now.
yeah, there we
Anthony
go.
Taylor. Anthony Taylor. I was like, good lord. Like many people should have gotten red card in that game. I'm like, why? But sometimes emotions, sometimes I don't know, cannot explain it.
Yeah,
But
they're human beings too, to be honest. So that's why I was saying, like, in terms of those big clubs getting distinct. I mean, referees are human beings. They would like they have emotions too. They have a job to do, which is control the game to the best they can. Sometimes they fumble, but we as fans and them and our team, our players as players, like it's just is what it is. To be honest, as far as it doesn't go beyond like when it goes to like abuse or danger, that
oh
obviously
no, I
like
don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. But sometimes see, so I know even in as much as you want to empathize with them, why would the FA come and lie? They lied that Oliver, that they were abusing him either there online or whatever or social media.
they lie.
And this guy doesn't have social media accounts. So where's the abuse coming from?
Oh, they were not saying like they were saying they abused him like to him on social media, like to his.
Like entering his DM and stuff.
Oh, they're saying the entrance DM and he doesn't have social media.
He doesn't have social media. So why are you lying to us now?
Hmm. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. But so here's my own thing, right? You can blow nonsense, so but you see that tackle that they gave Mbappe that when he was counter and he
Yeah,
kicked his heel,
yeah,
they do it to Rashford a lot of times. That you should have gotten a lot of penalties, but he just faced the same thing that happened to Salah, right?
yeah.
But the ref is closer and the ref just looks the other way
Wait, they do it
many
to
times.
They do it to Rashford when this season? Because I haven't seen. I don't think I can't remember
No,
last
no,
time.
no, 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 not this season. Like
Okay.
last season, previous season. In fact, they even did it to him when he played for Aston Villa this weekend. The same tackle. The referee did not blow.
I caught the highlights of the game. I watched a bit of the game, but I can't remember what I
The
was
referee
doing.
did not blow. The referee
Watch
did
it.
not blow. And that makes it as if the guy is playing rubbish. Like when you're tackling him that way, it's just crazy. And the way they tackle him, like it's so bad that he falls awkwardly. And you know he's tall now. He's tall. And they'll just hit him in a way like, man.
The way you're speaking about him, let me ask you this. I'm sure that you're not happy that Rashford left the club.
100% not happy.
Yeah, I know. Why?
100% not happy. 100% not happy.
I think
100% not happy. And I have like, if you're going to ask me, okay, ask me, what do you want to ask me? Ask me. So maybe,
no. That's what I had to ask you. Like, if you were happy, like if you agreed with me.
no.
Honestly, I think it's very, very difficult to kind of like, for me to kind of have a strong stance on Marcus Rashford, because on one case I'm like, there's something non-football related going on with him that I feel like, because all the talent is there. I don't see him as somebody who doesn't want to, like, all that he doesn't train well. I don't think, I may be wrong, but I don't think it's like it's like his nature to not want to train well. I feel like there's another factor that we may not know about that is causing this thing. It could be related to Man U, it could be related to his personal life, it could be both. But that's one side. But the other side is like, I feel like, I mean, on paper, from what we can see, it looks like United has tried with him in terms of trying to give him chances, trying to like get the best out of him and all that stuff. So I feel like him leaving was good for both parties, to be honest. That's how I see it.
So I don't have any problem with him leaving. I don't have any problem with people saying United has given him a lot of chances. I also don't have any problem with training, whatever. But the issue is there's a team here. Every time they want a player out, they always soil their names
Yes, I agree
in
with
the
that.
public. So, and when I say this, people always say, "Oh, you're a player apologist." I'm like, excuse me. There are so many players that when Ronaldo left, that's one of the great things that broke my heart. When they left United, it really broke my heart.
Which
I left
one?
at the age of, huh?
The first time or the second time?
The first time
Okay.
he left at the age of 24, right? That
Yes.
really broke my heart because I know that I just knew that this guy had so many, like he still had, the ceiling was still high for him.
Yeah.
Someone that was playing at that level at the age of 24, he hasn't even come to his own at all, and he scored more goals, like assisted more goals and scored more goals after he left United. So
Yeah.
that says a lot. But here's my point: a player can leave. You can sell a player. A player can be surplus to requirements. There are so many players that have left other clubs. You never hear about how they, for example, come late to training, or they're staying awake playing PS5, or they don't train well,
Yeah.
or they went to party. All those jargons, like they're not the only players in the world. They're not the only club that faces that. But we don't hear about it. You won't tell me that people in Madrid don't go. Okay, I'll give an example. During before this man came, Amorim came, right? There was
Yeah.
a week, there was an international break, right?
Oh yes, him and Casemiro. Yeah.
They went to the
Yeah.
east coast of America, right?
Mm-hmm.
First things first, there was wrong information that they went to the west coast, which is far from England, right? From the
Brother. Yeah.
UK. That was
Yeah.
the first lie. Second lie, he said they went to partying. No, they only went to go and watch a
NBA.
basketball game,
Yep.
which, quote unquote, could be part of their endorsement, part of their deal, whatever
Mm-hmm.
it is. Like they're not doing things that is out of the ordinary. You did not catch them in at the club. It's a thing of pride. It's even good for EPL. They're like ambassadors of EPL.
Yeah, because it's
What
promoting.
You're promoting the game. Tell me what our foolish pundits started saying. Oh, if I were them, this was the national break. Oh, and they did not call them. Oh,
Yeah,
they were in their house
I remember.
in their own time. Everybody, club don't close, office don't close. You're not saying, if I were then, I'll be training, I'll be waiting for the new manager to come in. Come on now, Abba. Ashe Juni now. The same thing that they did to Vinicius, that, Vinicius invited his family to come and
Yeah, yeah.
celebrate his Ballon
You
d'Or win.
know, those ones are just. I agree with you that they are all like. I feel like, yeah. So I mean, from the beginning of time, even in non-football related circumstances or situations, the control of the media has always been a prized possession because you can like shape public opinion using the media. And I see it all the time with Vinicius. Like, and I see it with that example you're giving me with Marcus Rashford. I saw it with Jadon Sancho. I saw it with Raheem Sterling. Like,
Saka.
you see it all the time. You can tell, like, you can always tell. Like with Vinny, like they act like he's the only passionate player they've ever seen. Vinicius is an emotional player, like, but he gets provoked. They call him the provoker. But when people do the exact same thing he does, it doesn't get the same coverage. So
The
I,
noise, yeah.
I do agree with you, just especially with that example you gave about uh, season break, going to a holiday to watch a basketball game, and you happen to be uh, uh, caught on not even caught on camera, just you know taking a photo of you enjoying it, and it's becoming a big deal. On the flip side, I do one thing I know is if your team is winning, all those ones don't matter. It's just
Yeah,
because
yeah, 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 yeah. But so here's the thing, right? For your team to win, for your team to win, and this is aside the punditry. For your team to win, there needs to be a good vibe. There needs to be
yeah,
like belief that we like ourselves. Every time is always, they're not running enough, they're not doing this enough. Everybody is sad. We play football now. We play football. Like I personally play football, and I know how I play when I'm like in the mood,
yeah.
when my head space is in the right space.
Oh yeah,
Football is like, it's like music, it's like
mental.
dancing.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like dancing. You're dancing. You're dancing. You're passing. You're dancing. So if you're not okay mentally, especially when you're a professional footballer, like you do the same thing every time, go to the same arena to train every day, come back, the same routine every day, every day, every day. At some point, when they are saying things about you, you not be happy now. But I'm not making excuses for him in terms of like his mental health or whatever. It's possible he's going through some things. I'm not against. I'm not using that as an excuse. It's possible he has struggled, quote unquote, for United. But as bad as he has played, though, let's say he's the worst player that we have. Let's assume that. Do
yeah.
you know that in that club, nobody has scored up to the amount of goals he's scored this season? And this is
Still,
a player that did not play. Yes, and this is a player that has not played for a while. You can check now. Let's check. It's not. That's why we have Google. So the person that scores a lot, Ahmad.
yeah.
Let me see Ahmad stats.
Goals, I think he has 6 goals if I'm not mistaken.
It's 6 goals. Oh, Abi
Yeah,
Ahmad. Yeah. So he has 6 goals in EPL, 2 goals in Europa League, 1 goal in EFL, and so that's how many is that? That's 9.
1 year is 9.
Okay. So let's do Bruno. Bruno is another one that scores a lot. So Bruno has 5 goals in EPL, 1 goal in Europa League, that's 6. 2 goals in EFL Cup, that's 8. And that's it. Right? 8 goals, 9 to 8 goals, right?
Yes.
So now let's do Rashford. Rashford has 4 goals in EPL, 1 goal in Europa League, that's 5.
Uh,
2 goals in EFL, that's 7.
mhm.
Right? By the time he stopped playing, for the whole month he had played, he was the highest goal scorer
Yes.
for a
Oh,
long time.
yeah. I
And he
don't know.
was, and that's someone that is not in airspace, is not training well. They banished him, he's not even playing where he's supposed to play. They play him everywhere, And the thing is, he has started coming back to his own self with this new manager. Oh, imagine 9 gonna say, okay, yeah, come and pack your load and go.
Well, again,
It's like if you people were not patient with Vinicius, you may enjoying the
I
fruits
know,
now.
but yeah, but I mean, I guess the difference is Vinicius was never like accused of the professionalism that is Marcus Rashford is being accused of. Like, I think
Wait,
it was more.
wait. But you said, hold on, sorry, sorry to cut it short. You said because United is not winning. Trust me, if Vinicius starts struggling with form and is doing all those quote unquote antics, it'll be hell.
No,
Do
no,
you get?
of course.
Players go through those moments.
I think again with Rashford, I don't think. I mean, if it was a form thing, it would be one thing. But the thing that I don't like that is coming out about him. I don't know whether it's true or not, but I don't like that it's coming out about him. Is this claim that he's not training well and all this stuff? So,
Mm.
and there are clips of how he doesn't press and all that stuff during the games and stuff like that. So I think that's why it's a little different because it's like something. This is like strange because I've never seen him not press or not like gingered on the field until recently, which leads me to believe that there's something non-football related that he's doing with him. So again,
Eh,
just think
mm.
best for both.
Eh, Tolu, if there's something that I tell people, if police want to find something against you, they'll find
Yeah,
it.
yeah. If
So
anybody,
if you say, oh, it's not pressing because of the clips that you are seeing, trust me. I'll give an example, and this will be the last thing I'll say on this topic. Sancho, right,
mm-hmm.
puts freedom
Yeah,
under his caption.
I saw that.
United fans are going mad. Chelsea fans are going mad that, oh, he's not playing well again. Yeah. I can categorically tell you that they brought out one clip where Sancho was running. Somebody passed the ball was in space, like 50-50 ball.
Mm.
Sancho was running to the ball, another person was coming, and Sancho pulled in. He didn't go in. He didn't
Yeah,
go in hard on the ball. People are like, oh, I didn't go hard. Yeah. I can tell you, I can bring out 50 clips of Cole Palmer doing exact same thing where he
not
doesn't go in
yeah,
fully into that tackle.
yeah.
You
He's not.
see, I'm going to, like,
Yeah,
people can create narrative of anything they want.
easily,
And
easily.
you see that training thing, they said it about Sancho.
Yes,
Funny enough, Maresca came and said, wow, this guy can train. He's good. He's a good, what's it called? He trains well.
yeah,
He has good attitude. I've not seen a player. I'm not like, but like, oh, he amazes me, surprised me. But during that United saga, it was all lies, or not lies, but it was all propaganda that, oh, people in Dortmund complain about him, people in City complain about him, people in
yeah.
United are not complaining about. Like, you can create narrative if you want to. If police want to catch you, trust me, they
I
can
mean,
search you and they
nothing
will
really.
find something you're evaluating.
Yeah, nothing really. No
There's
go.
something, they will find it. Trust me, they will find it. If they enter your house and search, they will find something you're evaluating. Whether you know about it or you don't know about it, they will find it.
Well,
But
we'll see how he gets on in a new environment. Is like this is his Jesse Lingland moment.
no. Just the Liga moment is different though, because United destroyed that guy's I would
Yeah,
say
I know. But
move.
when I say Jesse Lingland moment, I mean like that loan to West Ham, and he just went crazy. And the
Yes.
it was staying in United or whether I don't know whether it was a mistake he made or he wasn't allowed to leave. Whatever the
No,
case
no.
was.
Let me explain what happened now. So when he was jamming in West Ham,
Yeah.
they brought him back, and he was supposed to go on a permanent deal to
Yeah.
West Ham. Then Mason Greenwood issue happened, and the foolish manager then Ole was supposed to have gotten a replacement, but
Was it
he's
then?
yeah, it was in that period. So he lingered too much, and so no, sorry. So he was supposed to let Jesse Lingard go, but he didn't let him go, and that's I think it was after, but it was during that same period that Mason Greenwood issue happened, and he didn't even play Lingard. He put him on the bench,
Yeah.
and this life now.
He never
The
recovered.
opportunity, he has indeed never recovered.
And he
And
never.
eventually, when they sold him to Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, and he did that flopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in life, when you find joy, when you find a rejuvenation, you stick
Whole
to it.
whole lot.
So and that's why when United fans insult Lingard, I'm like, you are very foolish. You are really, really, really foolish. But that's another discussion for another day. So briefly, before we go to the main topic of today, Arsenal are in soup.
They lost Harvard, didn't they?
Yes. So one of my friends came around to my house before. I can't remember. It was last week. He's an Arsenal fan. We were discussing about Arsenal and stuff. And I told me that they went to, is it Saudi Arabia or Dubai or whatever, to go
Dubai,
and do
yeah.
Dubai, yeah, to go and do their annual
Yeah.
renew retreats. I told him,
Yeah.
I said that thing is dangerous because you do not go from a cold weather to a hot weather and come out to a cold weather. It doesn't make any sense. But what do I know? They
I mean,
say sports science.
a lot of people do it though, don't
It
they?
doesn't make any sense. I don't support it because
Uh,
I swear, I think Mourinho did it or somebody did it when they came back. All of them were struggling. I can't remember the person that did it. I don't believe in it, and I'll tell you why. When I was in, let me blow my trumpet a little bit. When I was in uni, when I was in college, my final year, I was a coach, quote unquote, for my department,
mm.
and I knew
When,
that
first of all, like, is this year?
Unilag, Unilag,
Wait, 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 wait. You go like
yeah, I go to Unilag now.
when you go like first of all.
So I graduated 2010.
2010. Okay. What department?
Systems engineering.
Okay, engineering boys. Them shout out Muiwa Osini, them all those ones where they play ball for that side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you go to Unilag too?
Yes, now. 2011 though. I was in
2011. So what?
SS
What?
sociology. I was in fact,
Okay.
we're right by the field, right by the field.
That feud. Thank
Yes,
you. So you know that feud.
yes,
So
now.
you know how it is now. So in the competition, final year competition, like you less engineering, whatever, but you
Yeah.
like engineering, whatever. So we organize competition for interdepartmental competitions,
Yep.
and I was the coach for my department,
It's not
and
this.
it wasn't this. It was this cup. Yes, it was this
Yeah,
cup. How am I saying? It was
I
this
have my
cup.
medal from this cup. that
Oh,
I
you
have
guys won?
no silver. We lost in the final. I scored in the
Okay.
final though, but we lost in the final. It was
Yeah.
coach messed the game up, but that would be another that day.
So yeah. So for the training, right? When we're training, I will gather my guys and we'll train like under the sun when most of the games will be played. Like
Yeah,
4, 5,
to
3, 4.
get
Like
conditions.
what's it?
I said to get used to the conditions, have you?
And when during that period when we do those games, it's usually very dry.
Mm-hmm.
The land is there and the floor is the grass is dry. If you are playing on clay, it's very
Yep.
hard. Like
Yep.
everything is tough.
Yep.
So one of the departments, quote unquote, that department that's like the best department that has the best players, like everybody expected them to win,
Yeah.
right? Those ones now go and train 5:30 in the morning.
5:30.
When I heard
But
5:30 in the morning when it's cool, when I heard, I was laughing. I was like, what are these guys doing? Like, what are you guys doing? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Do you know that during competition they were struggling and they didn't know why they were struggling? My man was like, you should know. It's weather. Because if it's so dry and you're not used to it, trust me, you will not perform to optimum. It's like training playing football in very cold weather or very hot weather. Those two conditions, very, very difficult. But yeah, I was like, it's not even about science, it's not even about sports science, it's just common sense. Like, but back to Arsenal situation. Yeah, he has carried injury till the end of the season. Oh
wait,
no,
you
no. I think like 2 months or so. I'm not sure exactly.
that's
But
the end of the season. Like I didn't
yeah,
know it was that serious.
let me confirm. Let me confirm again, because it's and I was just saying it too. I was like, I don't trust this thing that you want to go and do. No, they say to miss rest of the season. No,
Wow.
Yeah, I can see the Guardian just said it's set to miss the rest of the season. I mean, it's possible he comes back earlier, but it will still be a while.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Hey, that's unfortunate. I mean, I don't like injury. I don't like people getting injured. So
yeah.
that
So in Martinelli, who again is injured? Saka.
Saka is still injured.
Yeah.
Who else is injured? I feel like one of their
Demarosh.
injured, isn't it?
No. Demarosh Saka back anyway.
Ben
So
White, isn't
we'll
Ben
see.
White?
Oh yes, Ben White. Yes, Ben White is injured too. Yeah, Ben White is injured. Well, the only striker that they have, or the only person that's posting as a striker, or pretending to be a striker, is injured now. So we thank God for life.
He
That's
said,
brief. Yeah,
like,
that's brief. That's a brief news about us now. Anyway, yes, the main reason why you are here. Say, wow, we here. Let's talk about
wow,
Real Madrid. I need you to explain. I know you've said this many times, but in a very very short words, because don't talk too much. I mean, you want to come and say it. Why is why do you guys struggle so much in the league? Don't tell me you're not interested in winning the league, because
oh
there's
no, no,
always prestige. Yeah,
yeah,
you guys always struggle in the league, but when it comes to Champions League, especially around January, February, because again, last year at the beginning of the Champions League, you guys were struggling a little bit. You guys didn't really take it seriously.
yeah, yeah.
But at the turn of the year, when you guys realized that we might not qualify you, the way you guys started playing is as if they injected you with drugs. Why is that?
Firstly, I think it was the main switch that happened that made our turn of form start is Mbappe accepting that he's a nine. That's the number one thing that, from my view, that the switch happened, because he was scoring goals. He was scoring goals, but he wasn't playing well because he was running away from that responsibility of being a nine. Now, since late December, all the up until now, he's been on form. He was last month's La Liga Player of the Month, all because he is now focused and accepting that he's a nine. He doesn't like run away to the wings as much as he used to. He's now like his movements are much sharper. He's not offside as much as he was. Like, for example, the goal against City, or the goal against Atletico prior to that, or like, if you watch all these goals, they're not they're like Mbappe worldy goals. They are now 9 goals, like
Yeah.
a
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like the movement, the off the ball movement, the sharpness. I think that's where our turn of form started, because we finally figured out the number one, he accepted him being a nine, and two, there was a period early on in the period that they're trying to leave Rodrigo out of the mix, but now they understand how important he is. And also, in the league is just different, because when you play, like, look at how Atletico played us last weekend. Like, when most teams, when they play Real Madrid, they like the blocks of four is crazy, and it's always very. I mean, we win more than anything, but it's always very difficult to kind of like for us to break them down. But again, in Champions League, especially in big games, you can see that Man City too will try and attack us, and we attack them. For example, like any chaotic open game favors us.
Yeah. That's a mistake you make to play
That's
Real Madrid.
if you go back and forth, we usually, I mean, it's football, anything can happen. But if you go back and forth with us, we usually come out on top, because that's the kind of game that we
Hey,
want.
wait, but that doesn't happen when you play Barcelona.
Well, recently, and again, like, um, those Barcelona games were just poor. Like the first game that they beat us at home in the league, that first half, we should have been up like 2 or 3 goals
Yeah,
easily. That's when I was my first earlier point about Mbappe not accepting his role as a nine and not being sharp, not knowing how to bend his run properly. He was offside like 10 times in the
yeah.
first half alone, and we had chance after chance after chance. I will not take it. The second um the second game that we lost in the Super Cup final, I I love him, but I blame Ancelotti because time and time again, I know we have injuries, but big games like Barcelona do not play Chouameni and Lucas Vasquez on the right side of defense. Like, do not play them. Like, it's so obvious. Like, if you are going to play Chouameni, like if you have to play Chouameni at the center back, play him with somebody that is not Lucas Vasquez. Like just like against City, it was Chouameni and Valverde. Much better than Chouameni and Vasquez. If you
Hold
have to
on.
play,
Wait, Valverde played center back?
he plays left, right back. No, when I say like,
Okay, okay, okay.
I mean the right side of the defense. So the right
Okay,
center,
okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. I see.
the Chouameni right center back, Lucas Vasquez right back combination is atrocious because both of them are not naturals in that position. Now, Freddy Valverde is also not a natural, but Valverde is just a special guy.
That guy. I see. If I'm UEFA, every time he comes, I'll test him. Just random, just come, just cause he come. Don't worry, I'll
He's
have a special room for him.
uh
Valverde room. Test him
he's just
every time.
he's just special.
That
He's
guy,
just
man, he's an animal.
so that is my analysis on how like what happened with the Barcelona games, particularly the second. The first one was just like us not taking our chances, and those games like the classicals just get weird all of a sudden. Like those like it's just like City Liverpool or something. Like the game will just be going, and all of a sudden, boom, and you're like, what happened? This doesn't make any sense. So like that's why we lost those games. But usually, I mean, prior to this season, we've been beating Barcelona over and over and over and over and over again for the last couple of seasons. And quite frankly, as crazy as this would sound, I actually do like that. I don't like that. Obviously, we lost, especially in those fashions, especially in the final. But I think it's good for the league that like the dominance in that game is also always shared because it won't be fun if if we or them just keep beating us every time. So I think it's good for the league. But anyway, to answer your initial question, most people sit back. Again, Spanish football is totally different. Um, it's just different. I don't know how to explain. It's just very different, and your form in the league doesn't always translate outside the league. Look at Aston Villa, for example. You know,
You cannot compare yourself to Aston Villa.
no,
Don't.
I'm not compare, of course, not.
Because you know why I'm saying that? Even if your form in the league doesn't necessarily need to match your form in Champions League, you have quality. You have quality. Your team is expensive. So, and I don't buy their excuse of the team sit back. You know why I don't buy it? Because I don't buy that excuse for Arsenal. I don't buy the excuse for United.
No,
So why
but
will I why would I accept that excuse from Real Madrid?
the reason you can accept that excuse is we're top of the table. So despite all of that, despite playing with only Rudiger as the fit center defender for most of the season until recently when he's also injured. When we have to, we've been playing Asensio, who is 21, 22. He had never played first team football. We had to force his development, and he's coping pretty well for the most part. But like, despite all of these things, we are still top of the table. So like,
Is Asensio a defender?
yeah, he's a defender. He's a different Asensio. It's not Marco.
And I know. Is it
Yeah,
like center defense or
central defense. Central defense.
is that guy not short?
No, he's tall. He's actually tall.
Ah,
He
he
plays.
looks like he's short.
He plays like he's related to Sergio Ramos. He has that Sergio Ramos build. He has that Sergio Ramos aggression. That Sergio Ramos
Ah.
kind of thing. And honestly, for somebody who hadn't been called, I mean, Real Madrid, like, if you're a promising player from the youth team, early on, it's not you break into the first team, but like he wasn't being like spoken about like that. But needs must, right? So they have to call him, and he's been more than decent. I think there's talks of him getting him a new deal, Seth. So
His life now, like the thing is like sometimes you just believe in your house, just be going for your 9 to 5 or whatever, and something just happens that your path
Yep.
changes. It's time. And
Yep.
if it goes on to finish the season with those players injured and they win the league, or you guys win Champions League at the age of 21, first time,
Yep.
not even like planning for it, not even thinking about playing for. I mean, it's a dream to play for first team if you are in the academy. But if it just happens that way, you've conquered football, oh, trust me. Like, so it's good. It's good. He has to take the opportunity with both hands, man. Because now you guys want to go into the. I know, Perez has been saying that he's not buying players, but you guys have to go into the season. You have to decide if you want to keep Alaba and if you
Mhm.
want to get a new centre back, because Alaba is done. It's done.
Yeah, I feel
No,
bad for, but
yeah, I feel bad for him. I feel
I
bad for him too.
honestly I also need it right back. And do you know who I want? I do not want. I mean, I love him as a player. I think his technique is crazy, but I don't right now. And I hope if this comes to pass, I hope he proves me wrong. But I don't want Trent Alexander-Arnold as a Real Madrid right back, because in Real Madrid as a right back, you have to know how to play both sides, attacking and defending. Because in Real Madrid as a fullback, you are going to find yourself one on one with the winger
A
every
lot of times. Mm.
game. That's why Carvajal is who he is, because he can lock you down defensively and go and provide an assist or score a goal attacking wise. And who I want, this is going to sound crazy to some people, but the player that I want is Crystal Palace's Daniel Munoz, because
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
he is the one that I see and I'm like, that he's from that cloth of Danny Carvajal, and that's the kind of
Yeah.
football I want and I like. So that's who I want. And
What about left back?
I think honestly, Mendy gets a lot of stick, but when he's fit, Mendy is like you rarely you see him get beat. And I feel like Frank Garcia had a rough first season, but this season's second season is also strong. Honestly, with both of them, I'm pretty fine. I just need
Mm.
another centre back. If Raul Asensio looks like he has been promoted to the first team and he's looking like his performances dictate that he should stay in the first team, get me another centre back. Hopefully, Danny Carvajal makes a full recovery and he doesn't re-injure any ACL like Militao did, and gets me Daniel Munoz as his understudy, because the Carvajal is in his 30s now. So
You people should come and see for your left back. I have a line enough for you people. You
I know
come and buy him.
I no go mind that line, left back or right back. In fact, that's actually a great shout because he can play both left
You
and
can
right.
really put ends. Yeah, come
That's
on.
a
I have it for him. Come on, buy him. He can cross. He can defend. He's fast. He's strong, and he's
that's
creative too. Mm.
that's a great shout. I will take Ola not to. I'll take all of them, but hopefully we'll see what happens at the end of the season, Sha.
Maybe you should go for a line now, because he allows you play. Um, and you can even play three at the back with him too if you want. You can play
Yeah,
him as your three of your defenders if you want. If you get to
and
that point where you need more
and
attackers.
back,
And who?
and you can play him as a wing back in that same formation as well.
Yeah, I'm saying now. So you can play right and left. You can play as part of the back three, and you can play as wing back. So in games where you need more
Yeah,
attackers, say you want to play Rodrigo, Valverde, all of them to go forward, you can play them as your back three, as
yeah,
center back three. And in games where you need to be compact, where you need that solidity, you can play your three defenders and play them as wing back. And some
yeah.
days where you just want to just freestyle, you can play him as right back and four at the back, or left back and four at the back.
I
So
don't. We'll see. I mean,
maybe we should go for him. Go for him.
I,
Let's have a Nigerian as a magista.
me personally, I'll be very happy. So, hopefully, we'll see how it goes, yeah.
But the thing is, like, I don't know how that scouting works, but I'm surprised that a lot of teams are not looking at him, because that guy, is good.
I
He's
think
really good.
we'll see at the end of the season. I think it's in the summer. Like in January, most people they make like emergency. So like Real Madrid don't usually like to do business in the summer, in the in the winter anyway. And like, which team, apart from Real Madrid, which big European team lost their right back or left back that needed to replace? I
I
don't think.
mean, you don't need to lose though. Like you don't need to.
Yeah, I mean, but I think you don't need to lose. But if you don't need to lose and you want an upgrade on a player, is usually like usually not all the time, but usually done in the summer, because in January is the stinks of desperation, and it could be hiked.
Mm.
Prices may be hiked and all that stuff. Unless you're a team that, again, it's all desperation. Unless you're a team that like is starving of goals and need a striker. Look at all the strikers that flopped that were bought in January. If you think about it, like the first person that comes to mind is Fernando Torres. Wasn't he bought in January? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So unless like there's an emergency, if you want to
Mm.
make an upgrade on your team, most teams like to do that in the summer.
I mean, I wasn't even talking about January transfer. I was talking about in general, like
Yeah, in general,
him
yeah.
being a prospect
So
for teams to look at him. It's
yeah,
28 though.
yeah. So again, like I said,
He's 28.
when we should be having this conversation is probably in the summer, because again, this has to be arguably his best ever season.
Yes.
So, like,
This is
it's
the
in the
best time to move. Man.
summer. We'll see.
Sometimes when they born yourself, it will affect your greatness because
100, 100.
if it was English, oh my god,
Oh, he'll have been gone.
we will not hear the end of it.
Yes, no. Again,
Right?
narrative thing we are speaking on earlier, like, like narrative propaganda, it can work against you, it can work for you. It's
Mm.
just where you find yourself.
Okay, so I've been seeing a lot of things. I think when you guys were struggling a little bit, I've seen a lot of people saying they want Ancelotti out. Are you in that camp?
No, he annoys me sometimes, right? Again, the Trameni right center back, Vasquez right back thing drives me crazy.
But I mean, you won't have known though if you didn't try it.
Yeah,
Do you
I mean, he
get?
tried it multiple times and it didn't work.
Oh,
So
okay.
I didn't like that he tried it against Barcelona, and right from that place is where they killed us. That place. So he does frustrate me sometimes, but no, I'm not that um emotional to make that kind of decision that he should be out, because we play. I love the fact that he plays to the strengths of his team. He
Mm-hmm.
does
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't have a system that he's married to and the team has to like kind of adapt. He plays what
You're making me sad.
the card
God.
that he plays. He doesn't, and again, that's how. That's one. Honestly, I was telling my cousin Shopsy, shout out Shopsy, who's a Liverpool fan. I remember before um Jude signed for Madrid, I was telling him like I do want him in Madrid, but even if he doesn't go to Madrid, I don't want him to go to any big prem team at the moment, because I don't want them to systemize him, because
Yeah.
I could see that, like I don't want them to remove that from playing in systems and doing giddy good football. Like, and Ancelotti creates that environment for players to express their quality. He doesn't overload them with like information going forward. The tactics he does is like defensively, of course, assignments and the things he needs to do and shape and stuff. But once you get to the final third, go crazy. That's his own philosophy. Just go crazy. That's why if you watch Real Madrid games, you see Vinicius try stuff. Some of them may not. Most of them do come out. Obviously, the dribbles are successful, but some of them may not come off. He doesn't care. Like, he wants that kind of expression. And honestly, I don't. I that's what I want. I want him to be at Madrid as long as possible.
Mm.
I
See,
with
when you said it drives you crazy sometimes, I know it sometimes.
yeah
Managers are crazy.
yes.
Like, no, for real. Like sometimes I just wonder how. Like, I mean, I guess you have to be crazy to be a manager. Because ask me why. My own manager. Can you explain to me why Maino was a number 9 in a
But
game
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about that game? That game needed a striker because immediately we started that game, they were creating striker chances. And when they now removed the person that was pretending to be a striker, they now brought in a striker, they stopped creating striker chances. Like, can you explain that to me? Like, what kind of life is this? It's just, I was just tired. I was just tired in that game, man. And we were this close to losing that game. Really, really close to losing it. But I guess it's one of those things that and I I struggle because I like the guy, but because if it was Ten Hag by now, I'd have started saying Ten Hag out because my Ten Hag out was very, very early. But this one, I'm just like, man, I'm trying, man. I'm really, really trying. But it's just managers will do crazy things and be like, why? And most of the times it doesn't work. But one time it works, everybody starts screaming genius, genius. Because there's no reason why Meno should be a 10. And a lot of United fans don't agree with me on this. Meno cannot play 10, at least not at that age. He's a
Yeah.
central midfielder. And I was still crying that I don't ever want to see Meno as 10. No. Next time my manager said, don't worry, I'm going to surprise even for that. It's going to be on number 9. I'm like, God, who
I
did
don't
I offend?
I really don't know. Again, I don't understand how, and it's not just like Amarin, right? Like it's just management of today. Everybody just does. It's just very one dimensional almost. Like it's just very like we have to play this system and we have to play this specific way, no matter who I have, and just we can spend $800,000 million to make sure.
Mm, that works. Mm.
Yeah.
So, do you think it is because managers' life cycle doesn't last long in those clubs, so they decide to do say last people will sack me, but I'll do what's in my mind.
Yeah, but like, the more reason why. Okay, so like Real Madrid, they don't sign players for the manager; they sign players for the club. Like,
Correct.
be, that's why you need managers that can work with any kind of player. They are not married to one particular system, and they need to go and bring their own specific player that will play their own system and ignore the quality that you have right then and there.
Yeah,
That's why.
but there are so many managers that are, are always adapting though.
Nah. Again, which team you mean?
What is it?
I said, what do you mean? What team?
Okay, so I meant like so there are not so many managers that you say can adapt like Ancelotti.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
That's the
So
problem.
wait, wouldn't it make sense that okay, you pick one, not like you pick a style, but you pick a style that is close. So, for example, you buy players in mind that you want to play 4-4-2 or 4-3-3, and you get managers that can work with those formations, even if you cannot get managers that can adapt like Ancelotti, right?
Yeah.
Tell me why you bought players that will play 4-4-2 or 4-3-3 or 4-1-1 or whatever, and now say, oh, who can I
It's
buy? Which manager can I sign? No. Oh, now go and get a manager that plays 3 at the back and plays two tens.
ends.
Recipe
I
for disaster.
I think it's just I guess it's just the situation Man United are at this current moment where it's just desperate decisions and I don't know. I don't
Mm.
honestly don't know. I think there's something definitely I mean obviously it's probably the owners, right? So I don't know.
Mm. What are you
Don't know.
guys facing this weekend?
Ooh, we're playing it's not a difficult game, but it's one of those tricky games. With Madrid, we played this fantastic game yesterday and we're going to lose to Osasuna. It's actually
Yeah, it's
I was going to
Asasuna, yeah.
say we're going to Osasuna. And it's Osasuna away too. I think
Yes, and it's early in the morning for you people because people like
yeah,
to play 5 o'clock in the night.
yeah we play I think we played them this season in the Copa del Rey as well. I think so we've played them recently and they're always especially that they're fullback. If I'm not mistaken, is them. That they have one fullback, Maffeo, that likes to torment Vinny all the time. I think it's Osasuna, isn't it? Yeah, Maffeo. Their fullbacks are decent. Maffeo likes to torment Vinny all the time, and they have the Colombian. on the other side, left back, Moika, I think his name is. Anyway, it is Osasuna. It is Osasuna away, and it's usually I don't see it as a straightforward game. So it should be a game.
Mm.
And again, Maffeo, the right back, and Vinicius, the Real Madrid player, they don't like each other. So that's something to watch.
Okay. Um,
And also,
Angie. Hmm?
before you go for, I was going to say on the Ancelotti thing, I can send you a time when he was frustrating me in the game yesterday, because I don't know if you watched the game, you notice, especially in the first half, it was happening a lot of times in the first half. We're playing a 4-2-2-2, so four in the back, two holding where Camavinga and Ceballos, then the two tens were Bellingham on the left and Rodrigo on the right, and the two strikers were Vini and Mbappe. And when Man City had the ball, nobody was between Vini and Mbappe. Nobody knew how to drop to pick up Stones. When Stones started playing as a DM,
Yeah.
nobody was picking him. So they'll just pass through the channel and he's free. I was loose. I'm like, I had to tweet at this is how desperate I was. I had to tweet at Ancelotti, like, please. And
Do something.
I'm like, please switch to a midfield three. I'm begging you, please, for God's sake. I'm like, I don't have the amount of experience and all the qualifications and knowledge of the game, but even from this point, I can see that this midfield two is getting overwhelmed by Stones stepping, joining them in that midfield and creating that overload. Please bring Bellingham back to the middle. Second half, he brought Bellingham back to the middle. And second half, we won that second half 3-1. And
Yeah.
I tweeted back like, "Thank you for listening." So this is what things that like kind of like moments where like when I say sometimes he frustrates me, Don Carlo, he kind of frustrates me sometimes. But
Yeah. So United is facing Tottenham. Tottenham
yep,
has not won. Tottenham is struggling, and I'm sure Tottenham will now find their way to beat United because against Aston Villa, Angie Postecoglou decided not to play the two black players that would have helped him in that game. It was when the game was almost done that he decided to bring in those two black players, and
wait,
you could feel. Hmm?
why are you saying black players? Like you think it was because of their black that he didn't play them?
No. I'm just saying. No. I'm just saying
Oh,
like that the two black players that could have helped him, but decided not to play them. I mean, because
who,
they're
who
black.
who are you talking about?
Bissouma and Sa.
Ansar, okay. Oh,
It
the
was
midfield.
when it was when they came in that the game changed. They had a little bit of balance, and I can assure you, he's going to play them against United, and those ones will now come and use their muscle to manhandle my players, and they might beat us because United. So as Villa, Tottenham is giving everybody points and goals and whatever.
They're
It's
doing
now reach
bonanza.
our own turn. They're doing bonanza. They're not doing our own turn. They now want to become stingy. Yeah. So
The game is
that's
the
what
game.
we are facing.
The game is the game. Don't worry.
So actually, he started them. He started them in the game, but what happened? Yeah. Oh, okay. I see. I'm getting it all wrong. So what did I not see? So he started them in the game, but he removed Bisuma in immediately second half started, and he removed Sa 73rd minute. So what was I watching? So what happened in the game? Because
What game are you referring to first of all?
the Aston Villa Tottenham game that they lost on
Oh,
Sunday.
yeah, I didn't watch. I didn't like I said. I didn't watch. I watched the highlights of the game. I didn't watch that game. I don't remember. I
Yeah,
mean,
I watched. I think I started watching from 60 something minutes or something. Maybe that's why I saw Sa and I thought maybe it didn't start. Okay, I see. Yeah, my bad. Okay. So I see. So they were there when they're beating them. Okay.
so
But
how you feeling about the game, the City,
they might beat which one?
The United game, the United.
They might beat us. That's what I'm saying. They might beat us. That's the problem, and it's a way for us. They might beat us after giving everybody 3 points. So But no. We have to win that game, man,
You
because
still don't have like Van der Ven back. You don't have Romero back. I know they bought some defenders, but I don't think. I think. I mean, I don't. I think United should win that game. To be honest,
we are 13 and 14 to
I
we
know. I
are
mean,
2 points ahead of them, so we're like almost the same thing in terms of nonsense.
I know.
So
I know. I I know, but I still think United should. I know it's away and stuff like that. United, in my opinion, should
okay.
win.
Mm. Arsenal is facing Leicester City. Might be those ones. Oh, the big game, City Newcastle. That's a very
Where?
good game.
Yeah,
City at home.
City at home.
Mm. That'd
This
be a
guy,
very good game to watch.
anybody right now.
What is it?
I said Isak don't send anybody right now. He's
Ah,
on.
no, the guy is on form.
Yeah.
I'm seeing news that Barcelona might be interested in him.
Well, he does know the league because he came from Spain, and Lewandowski is getting up there, and he
Mm-hmm.
can play from the left as well, Isak. So that would be a good signing for them
Then Brighton Chelsea.
if they pay for him. I had to
Mm.
take that. I had to take that dig. Sorry.
Oh, really? If they can afford him, maybe. I heard they were interested in Rashford, but they didn't have money. So
Who? But
Barcelona,
yeah, I saw that too.
yeah, they didn't have money. So that's what poverty does to you. Um, so Brighton Chelsea, that one's another that's another funny game. Uh, that's another funny game. But we'll see. Let me check that head to head. I can't even find it. But
Brighton. How many former Brighton players are in Chelsea? Kukurea, Jusby. No, Brighton, not Jusby Hall. Kukurea. Who else?
I
Caicedo.
said though.
I feel like there's one more. The keeper. What's his name?
Hey, good. Just
Robert,
maybe. Uh, who?
Robert Sanchez, the keeper, Chelsea
Yeah,
keeper.
yeah, Sanchez. Yeah, yeah.
So that should be.
Uh, that's a very funny guy. Very, very funny guy. I like that guy so much. It gives me joy. It gives me joy. Anyway, we've come to the end of the show. If you have
Eh,
stuck to
eh?
us,
We are going to
what do you
end
want?
up.
Yes, now.
We, eh?
What do you say again?
We haven't spoken about the Man City game now. Which one is the end of it? Yeah,
Uh,
let's give.
okay, okay. I'll give you 5 minutes. 5 minutes. What do you want to talk about Man City game? 5 minutes.
First of all, that if you look at the starting lineup on paper, they really were only missing Rodri. We went there with no fit senior centre backs and one my best central midfielder as a right back, and we won that game. If that is Real Madrid for you, we we only led that game for 2 minutes and we ended up winning. That is Real Madrid for you. When we switched essentially well, the first part of this first half and pretty much all the second half, when I haven't seen us dominate City the way that we did yesterday. And it just, again, that's one of the reasons why, like I said earlier, I like seeing my team compete at that level, because I like seeing them finding different ways to win, whether it's with them dominating the ball, whether when they have to sit back a little bit and play more defensive and on the counter, which we're devastating at. Yesterday, per usual, but yesterday made me proud of my team. And Jude is a special player. Like, on both sides of the ball, off the ball, putting in tackles. When he gets the ball, he megged Haaland one time. Like, he just is an absolute specimen of a player. Rodrigo again is such a joy. Like, I know Mbappe, Vini, Jude get a lot of like the coverage and stuff like that, but Rodrigo, man, he's so good. Like, it's ridiculous. Fede Valverde playing right back and almost scoring like twice. Like, there's just um so many and I like highlights or high points that I was proud of. Like, Danny Ceballos has been on a mad form this season. I know he caused the penalty, but he also had an assist for Mbappe's goal. I'm proud again of Mbappe. Like that movement, like I was saying earlier, the movement, like the movement, bend, run into waiting for the pass for the goal, just shows like proves to me more and more that he's embracing that he's a nine now, and the more he embraces it, he would easily become the best nine in the world because he has everything. There's just so many things that I'm proud of my team for. And I was listening to the game, the CBS coverage. There was a crazy stat of, I think specifically um the last time we played City, and they said like out of the, if I'm not mistaken, 210 minutes that we played across the two legs and extra time, City were leading for 180 something or 190, 180 something minutes or something like that, and we're only leading for the rest, and we still went through. Just to show you the humility and the arrogance of Real Madrid. So I'm very proud of my team. Tie is not done, of course. Like, it's football. We are not like naive enough to think, oh, job done. But that game was a big game for us there with all the injuries that we're dealing with, and it's a critical moment in the season. And this is when we usually kick on, and it looks like we're kicking on. So I'm proud of my team.
5 minutes. But were you not scared that you guys were not scoring early when you guys had the chances? Were you not scared
Yeah,
that it was going to be one of those games where you're going to draw or lose the game?
every game, every big game that we start off like that and we don't score, I usually get nervous. I don't like it at all. No, I'm on 100% honest. When I see those chances, I'm like, we need to score. Any game, not just us. Any game that I see a team, if it's two giants playing each other, right? And I see one team like on clearly on top for a moment, and they have clear cut chances like we did, and they don't score, and I know for a fact that the other team will soon like have their own wave. I always get nervous for that first team that missed chances. It's just football. It's just one of those things where you watch football enough, you see these patterns over and over and over and over again. So
I know it's going to end.
I was, huh?
I said, I know how it's going to end.
Exactly. So to answer your question, I was nervous. I was, but thankfully we pulled it out in the end.
And how did you feel when you saw the mural that they put that, oh, is it not stop crying about it or something?
Stop crying your hearts out. I
So,
mean, obviously, I think that I think that Vini was supposed to be the Ballon d'Or last year. I do honestly. I think that the previous year was when Rodri or Haaland should have won it, but
yeah.
I don't think. I think Rodri is obviously the best center defense CDM in the world. Obviously, I don't even think he should have won Player of the Tournament in the Euros. I didn't think he was the best player in Euros. I think there are players on his team that played better than him, that had a better impact than him in the whole of Euros. My opinion. I think last year it shouldn't have been him. I think that, I mean, yeah, like I understand how it looks that Real Madrid didn't go to the tournament and stuff like that, and people call it class. I understand all of that, but people don't speak. Again, it goes back to that media thing. The FIFA the best award that Vinicius won, Rodri wasn't there. Like he did, they do the same thing, but when it's Real Madrid, it's just a big deal. I don't know why. So when I saw that thing, I just laughed. I'm like, because I already knew. Like, in fact, I have another screenshot I can show you in my cousin's group chat. I was like, Vinny has been since his return from injury and suspension from that Valencia game I mentioned earlier. He has been off form. But I was like, this game he will turn up because not just because of the Ballon d'Or thing. He usually plays well against English teams, so
Yeah.
he will turn up this game. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, they're just giving this guy
You're feeling full.
more
Mm.
fuel that he already had. So I saw it. I thought it was funny. Rodri he has this. He's trying to personify himself as this classy guy, this new guy.
Okay.
Even though he also bans. That's the thing I don't like. You can ban too, no problem. But don't complain when other people ban you. and do not act like you are not capable of banting. Maybe when he won the Ballon d'Or, when they went for dinner, he was singing songs taunting Vinicius. Nobody speaks
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
so. Anyway, it's sweet because Vinicius ended up becoming man of the
Man
match.
of the match. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope Rodri brought out his camera to take a photo of that one too.
Anyways, well, thank you for showing up, and everyone has listened to us up to this point. We had to add extra 10 minutes so that Mr. Real Madrid can rant about his team. Because
Exactly.
that's why we brought him here.
Exactly.
We overshoot by 10 minutes, but it's okay. It's 10 minutes extra time. Well,
Extra.
mm, but thank you for coming through, and hopefully we'll get you back maybe next week when you guys lose to Man City and you guys are out of Champions League.
If coming back, if you jinx my team and it actually happens, I will not forgive you.
It can happen though, but we shall see.
No, no,
Anyway.
the tie is not over. I'm not one of those fans that are. I'm not disrespectful to the game, so the tie is not over.
Mm. All right. Well, I mean, we should be expecting you next week, Sha. Let's do it again next week.
Yeah,
Let's see what
no,
happens next week.
no,
Mm.
wala.
Whether you win or you lose, just come true.
Yeah, no, wala. No, I mean, hey, win or lose, I still, I still love my club. If we lose, I would like obviously not be happy about it, and I'll see why we lost. But win or lose, I'm head up with my Madrid. No worries, no
Okay.
shake.
All right. All right. Thank everyone and have a good weekend. If you listen to us before the weekend, well, I hope you have a great weekend if you listen to us after the weekend. And bye bye, everyone.
Peace.